Hi students, so here's the promised video tour of the library. It's going to be very wobbly and very quick. I'm just walking around with an iPad. You can probably see my reflection in the window there. So as we approach the front of the library, it's got that important information. It's got the opening times on the window, and it tells you that we are trying to provide an opportunity for students. As we walk through the door, there are some things I need to introduce you to. Over on the right-hand side as you come in through the door, we've got these lockers. These lockers are for you to put your things into as you come into the library. They are not replacements for your lockers. They are only to put things in whilst you're here in the library. And the other thing is, you need to know that any students coming in, you are not allowed to bring bags into the library. If you've got a bag with you, you have to put it into these lockers. As we carry on through the glass door into the library, here you can see the RFID gates. These gates are protection on our books and materials. All of the resources have got a chip inserted into them called an RFID tag, and if they are not scanned out at the circulation desk, it sets off an alarm. Okay, so let's come through into the library. As you come through the door, we've got the circulation desk. There's a circulation computer at either end of the circulation desk, and I know actually that nearly all of you have already experienced that. Okay, to the right hand side over here we've got a photocopier. This is a student access photocopier, and you're allowed to use it for photocopying things related to your academic work. If you need any advice on how to use the photocopier, then feel free to ask the library staff. This door here, just to the right hand side of the photocopier, and if I come round the corner and show you the label on the door, it tells us that it is no student access room, and it's our textbook room. Okay, so that's where all of the lovely textbooks are, and if you need any textbooks, you do not go into that room, you come and ask the library assistants. Okay, moving on into the library, you can flow this side or the other side of the circulation desk, and I perhaps should mention just to the left as you come through the door we've got two other important things. Over here you can see Mr. George's office, okay, and his door is nearly always open, and if the door is open and he's there, please do pop in and ask me any question that you want. Just to the right of my office door is the entrance to the library workroom, but just inside there is something that you might very well need to access. You've got the ICT help desk here just inside this room. Okay, on into the library, and over here we have got the lower library ICT facility. There are 12 PCs over here, and if they are available at any time, they are available for your use, but you need to realise that they're there for academic work, not for games. In this area there are two printers. The smaller one on the right is a black and white printer, and the one on the left is our colour printer. And the colour printer is set to auto duplex. In other words, if you print to that printer, it automatically prints double-sided. Just around the corner, let me just go back so you can see where I'm going, but if we've got the stairs going up to the upper library here, going to the right hand side of the stairs, we've got this room that you can see through the window into. Again, you can see that this is not a student access room. This is our professional development centre, and this is a special library and workroom for the school's staff. Okay, I didn't mention to you that around the ICT facility we've got three large notice boards that we try to keep up to date. We've got one promoting the 2014 novel Knockout, and then we've got two large boards which have got the top 50 recommended fiction reads from the Times Educational Supplement for teenagers. You might like to have a look and see how many of those have you read. And this other notice board is a board that I try to keep up to date, which actually shows some cover images of books that young people are crazy about at the moment. and on the right hand side some books that I think are undiscovered gems that young people should know about. Okay, if we cross over the library so that we are looking over here, this would all be self-evident once you're in the library yourself. So on these shelves here, on the top surface, these are recreational magazines. They're for use in the library only. I buy all sorts of different things, and if you've got any suggestions of things you'd like me to keep here, just let me know and maybe I'll go and buy a couple of copies. Over here we've got the graphic novels collection, and we keep the graphic novels separate, and they're here for your use, and they can be loaned like any other library book. Okay, that means that I should tell you about the main downstairs collection. The downstairs collection is our fiction collection, and it is actually quite simple to navigate. Let me back off so you can see where I am. So if I come in through the door and I look to the left hand side, the library looks like this. And on the left hand side where I'm heading towards now, we start with authors beginning with the letter, with their family name beginning with the letter A, and the fiction books are shelved in alphabetical order, starting here with A and moving around the room until you get to the very end of the collection over there on the small shelves, and that's authors whose names begin with the letter Z. Okay, if I just quickly mention the shelves, and I'll give you much more detail on this later, but you can see that some of the books have got white spine labels and some of the books have got yellow spine labels. That's because I intershelve my library collections. The Key Stage 3 collection has got white spine labels, the Key Stage 4 and above collection has got yellow spine labels. If you want to read any of the yellow label books, you have to either have specific permission from your English teacher or your parents. There's one more thing I'd like to draw your attention to downstairs in the fiction area, and that is some recommended reading information. Because around the library we have got up these lists which are called our class top 10s, and each different section is grouped by a different genre, and if you're struggling and you want to look for some recommendations, these lists on the wall are the place to look. Okay, let me take a quick dash upstairs. I'm not going to stop this video, so let me keep talking and sound a little bit like a crazy man, and up the stairs we go. Okay, so upstairs, moving around here, the first thing I would mention is the circulation desk, and I just need you to know that we have a desk where you can actually circulate books upstairs as well. And in the same way as downstairs, up here there is another ICT facility with 12 computers, and those you can also use. If you see this little area here, you may wonder what it's here for. This is a presentation area. If a teacher brings you to the library for a research project, they might want to sit you down for 10 minutes to explain things, and that's what this area is for. Just to the right hand side of that, we've got our non-fiction periodicals collection. That means they're magazines related to academic subjects. And you can see, for example, that up here we've got BBC Focus, BBC Knowledge, New Scientist, and if you're interested in any back copies, they're stored underneath this shelf like that. Okay, but the main part of what happens upstairs is the non-fiction collection. And the non-fiction collection is not arranged by author name, it's arranged by the Dewey Decimal System. Okay, and it starts at this end nearest to the magazine racks at 000, and it flows around the room to the far corner where you've got history and things, history and geography over there in the 900s. I will explain much more about the Dewey Decimal System another time. It's also worthy of mentioning that we have got some special collections, and they are in this far corner over here. And our special collections are, we've got inside this corner here, we've got our Malaysian collection. Back around the outside here, we've got our quick reference collection, and the quick reference collection is where you find dictionaries, encyclopedias, and all of those types of things. It is actually where I store sort of books of collected information, so you will even find the school's yearbook, and you will find the Guinness Book of Records and those types of things in this section. We also here have our careers collection. The biographies collection is here, and then our Mandarin collection, which is books written in the Chinese language. There's also a door in the upper library that leads out halfway up the staircase to the sixth form centre, and on the whole that would be used by sixth formers and not by other students. Okay, that's enough for this tour. I'll catch you in my next mini video.